Donnie and Dolly, the team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
Our title sponsor, thanks Ryan, is Able Auctions. Meanwhile, today all of our guests are brought to you by the Alberni Power and Marine RPM Group. That includes Craig Button, standing by. Located in Port Alberni, Alberni Power and Marine is one of Vancouver Island's most trusted boat dealerships, the largest Mercury Marine dealership in Canada. Their service team just won for the fourth straight year a customer satisfaction index score above the national average. That's hard to do. Make your appointment today for the 2022 boating season at albernipowermarine.com as we bring in TSN Scouting Director Craig Button. Thanks for doing this, sir. How are you?
I'm good, and backed by popular demand. It's the tie-dye.
Oh, my gosh. Awesome.
Beautiful.
Good. Very good. Very good. Hey, you've got the tie-dye on, and also I can tell by your Twitter account, well, I can't just tell, I know this is a fact, you were skiing in Lake Louise. What was that like?
It was phenomenal. I mean, the conditions were great. I mean, when you have a blue sky day and not a cloud in the sky, and the temperatures are right around freezing, and you have about 12, 15 12, 15 centimeters of fresh powder. How does it get any better? Yeah, it was a little bit busy on Saturday, but you find a way. The mountain is big enough, and we had a wonderful day. And then we went cross-country skiing on Sunday. I think the best news out of all this, though, Donnie and Rick, is that there was no injuries to report. I was able to stay upright and no tumbles or anything. So,
well, I mean, pickleball is a lot more dangerous than skiing, so you no surprise there. Hey, the Habs come in. I know you're in Vancouver for the Habs and Canucks. Habs come in. They're not going to make the playoffs. They're a gazillion points out of a playoff spot, but they have won 7 of 8 under Martin St. Louis. How has he made a difference, and is he going to stick around?
Well, the second question is very interesting. I think that, when he was first named, Donnie, you start to think about, geez, this is odd. He's never coached in the NHL. But then listening to Kent Hughes, listening to Jeff Gorton talk about what they were trying to get by having Marty St. Louis, he has delivered. And that gets to the second, to your first part of the question. I think there's a couple of things that have really helped this team. The first part is he's really asked his players in the defensive zone, get on top of the opponent. We don't want to spend time in our defensive zone. I know it seems obvious, but the players have to be encouraged to do that, and they've done a really, really good job. They were a team that was getting grinded down in their own zone, giving up a lot of cycle chances and wearing out, and now they're able to get out of their zone. I think the second thing that cannot be understated in any way, shape, or form is that he's come in and he's given the players a sense of that he believes in them and that they should believe in themselves. And regardless of who you are, whether you're Jeff Petrie, who we saw have different struggles over the course of the season, whether it be Brendan Gallagher or the younger players being called up, he has let every single player know, hey, go do your thing, go be you. Go and be confident. And I think the other thing that Marty's been able to do through that growth process is that he knows he's not trying to get a team ready for a Stanley Cup playoff run. He's trying to get the players into a place where they can be comfortable playing, which gives Jeff Gorton and Kent Hughes an opportunity to evaluate properly. And you live with mistakes. The players now know they're going right out again. It's not like, oh boy, I'm tight. I'm feeling a little bit uneasy. So I think that the one part in the defensive zone, there's been some other things, but that's really stood out. And then the other part, I think, has been really instrumental for the team playing the way they are.
Hey, Craig, here's a name that's being talked about in Vancouver in terms of a player that might be headed to the Canucks, and that's John Marino in Pittsburgh, right-handed defenseman for the Penguins. What do you know about him?
I know lots about John Marino. I mean, to me, obviously, Jim Rutherford and Patrick Alvin and Derek Clancy, they know this player very well also. But, you're looking at what I call is a really good, solid defenseman. He's not going to put up big numbers, but, he's going to be able to move the puck effectively and efficiently, from the defensive zone, join into the attack in the offensive zone, and play those, whatever it be, 18, 19, 20 minutes and give you really good productive play. His contract is good. He's signed long-term. So when you start to look at where the Canucks have to upgrade, we've talked about it for a long time. It's on the blue line. And so would John Marino absolutely be able to upgrade this Canucks blue line? There is no question that would be a significant addition to the blue line. One of the things, and I'm not here to pick on anybody, but I watched Chris Tanev play in Calgary. Boy, what a miss for the Vancouver Canucks, letting him get away. That was a big miss.
Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding us, Craig. We know very, very well. Canucks are 28-4 under Boudreau. Some say it's the goaltending. But, Craig, when you have a record like that, unless you're winning every game 1-0 and Demko's shutting out, what are your thoughts on the record, and is it just the goaltending?
No, it's never just the goaltending. Just like when your goaltending is a problem, it's never just the goaltending that's a problem. But, when you have a goaltender in the net that can perform like Thatcher Demko performs, I think it gives your team a sense of like, okay, not every mistake we make is going to end up in the back of our net and we're going to chase it. People say, wow, the reason they're doing so well is because of their goaltending. Well, goaltenders are part of the team, and they're critically important to the success of the team. Thatcher is he's a thoroughbred number one goaltender. Nobody should be making excuses for it. We just talked about John Marino. If they can upgrade that blue line, and add some. I've said this all the way through. Two defensemen that can play in their top two pairs. That team will take significant strides forward. They have really good offensive players. They have some really good offensive talent. So, trying to figure out how you add these players and how you play to your strengths. That's what Bruce Boudreau has been able to do with this team, and it's been significant. So, has Thatcher Demko been important? Yeah, he's always going to be important. Has Bruce Boudreau been important? Yeah. Has the resurgence of the key offensive players been important? Yeah, it's been important. But you can't just turn your nose up at the record that Bruce Boudreau has produced since he became the head coach.
Craig, the Canucks really like Tyler Motte, no question about it. Top PK, energy guy, works hard, culture carrier, the whole 9 yards. We all understand his importance to the team, but he's got a contract situation coming up. He's at 1.4. I think he's going to ask for over 2. It's down to the crunch time with Tyler Motte. Put your GM hat on. What do you do here? We're 16, 17 days away.
Well, I mean, the way I approach this, Rick, is this way. Unless I'm going to get something really significant for Tyler Motte coming back, like, when I say like a first-round draft pick would be significant for Tyler Motte, or a really good, solid prospect. I'm not talking about an A prospect, but somebody that can really develop into a real solid player for us. I'm not trading Tyler Motte. I'm not. Because of the reasons you just talked about. I'm trying to find every way to keep him. I'm trying to find every way to see what makes sense, long term. Because what he contributes, look at when he's out of the lineup. Yeah. Like and what gets talked about, how much Tyler Motte has missed. To me, like that doesn't mean giving him a long-term contract. That doesn't mean overpaying him. But I'll be straightforward. I'm not trading Tyler Motte for a third-round draft pick. I'm not trading Tyler Motte for a late second-round draft pick. I'm not doing it. My team is trying to move forward. He's a big part of my group. I like him in my group. So unless I said I get something really significant where I go, I got to make this trade, I'm not doing it because that third-round pick maybe in 4 years comes in your lineup. What's happening right now for the Vancouver Canucks, and, we can talk about the percentages. They're still on a playoff hunt. I'm not moving them.
Craig, finally, do you have a problem with Alex Ovechkin getting booed in Calgary and the Capitals saying to the media he's not available?
Well, here's what I think. I think that we have a powder keg situation because of Alexander Ovechkin's association with Putin. And, we know what's happening in the world. So, like, if they would come out and just say, hey, listen, you know what, Alex isn't going to talk about anything with relation to the Warrior. He'll talk about the hockey. Just be forthright and be upfront about it. But to withhold him from talking to the media, I don't think that's right. Because, and I'll tell you why, Donnie. Because we talk about, and the Capitals put out a press statement. They said he's a hockey player. He's done so much for our team, and he continues to contribute on the ice. The NHL has supported him as a hockey player, so then he better speak as a hockey player then.
Okay, enjoy the Grateful Dead concert. Thank you.
I will.
In all seriousness, enjoy the Canucks and Habs. Thanks so much, Craig.
Thanks.